Hi superhumans, welcome to my channel Connect to Krish. Today I am going to teach you trigonometry. Most important part I would say in government job preparation, exam preparation is that you need to stick to the syllabus. So to ensure that, what I have done is I have segregated all the questions from SSC CGL 2023 Tier 1 and I found almost 110 questions, correct me if I am wrong. And all those questions I will be explaining to you, and first I will be explaining the concept, later we will be solving questions based on that. This will ensure that you are sticking to the syllabus and it will help you gain confidence as well. A small disclaimer is that we will not be covering all the concepts, but important concepts will be covered. So guys, let's do a quick revision starting from basics. So first let's consider a right angle triangle. Which is right angle, let's say B. Consider a right angle triangle ABC which is right angled at B. And consider ACB as theta, some random angle theta. So perpendicular is nothing but the one which is opposite to this angle theta. So AB will be the perpendicular, let us denote it by P, symbol P. So it is opposite to theta, so we are considered as perpendicular, which is nothing but AB. And the one adjacent to this to this theta is nothing but base. So let us denote it by B. The one opposite to this 90 degrees is nothing but hypotenuse, and let us denote it by H. So few simple basic formulas we will start with. First one is sin theta. Sin theta is nothing but perpendicular by hypotenuse. Next one, cos theta. Cos theta is nothing but base by hypotenuse. Next simple formula is tan theta. Tan theta is nothing but perpendicular by base. Cot theta. Cot theta is nothing but base by perpendicular. Next, cosecant theta. Cosecant theta is nothing but hypotenuse by perpendicular. Secant theta is nothing but hypotenuse by base. And as you can see, cosecant theta is hypotenuse by perpendicular, which is nothing but 1 by sin theta. And secant theta is nothing but hypotenuse by base, is nothing but 1 by cos theta. Next part is that this is 90, this is theta, and we all know that sum of all the angles in a triangle is 180. So this angle will be nothing but 90 minus theta. So for this angle 90 minus theta, what will be this will act as a perpendicular because it is opposite to this angle, and this will act as base. So consider, let us say sin 90 minus theta, sin 90 minus theta, perpendicular by hypotenuse. This is acting as perpendicular as it is opposite to 90 minus theta. So it is nothing but B by H. This B by H is nothing but equal to cos theta. So from this we can say that cos theta is nothing but sin 90 minus theta. Similarly, we can derive other angles also. Sin theta is nothing but cos 90 minus theta. Tan theta is nothing but cot 90 minus theta. Cot theta is nothing but tan 90 minus theta. So these are the basic formulas. Next we will be dealing with identities. Guys, you need to remember few basic formulas which I will be using to solve questions also. For example, like sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. The second formula is secant square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. The third formula is cosecant square theta minus cot square theta is equal to 1. Friends, few important values you need to remember, like sin 0. Sin 0 is nothing but 0. Sin 30 is nothing but 1 by 2. Sin 60 is nothing but root 3 by 2. These are in degrees. Sin 90 is nothing but 1. So similarly you need to learn, I am not writing all these formulas, but you need to learn values, same values for 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees for other for cos, tan, cot, secant, cosecant. For all those you need to learn these 4 values, as it will be helpful in solving questions. And yes, not only this, you also need to learn values like sin 15 degrees, which is nothing but root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2. You can solve these problems by expansion, but that will not be helpful. You need to memorize these formulas, because in CGL or other competitive exams, time speed matters. So you need to know these values in your fingertips. This is nothing but equal to cos 75. And cos 15 degrees is nothing but root 3 plus 1 by 2 root 2, which is nothing but equal to sin 75. Cos 15 is nothing but root 3 plus 1 by 2 root 2, which is nothing but equal to sin 75. So there are other values also you need to remember. For example, like tan 15. Tan 15 is nothing but 2 minus root 3, which is equal to cot 75. And similarly, cot 15 is nothing but equal to 2 plus root 3, which is equal to tan 75. And there are other values which are not that important, but you can learn. For example, like to gain an advantage, but they are usually not asked. But if you have time and if you feel like learning, you can learn those values. For example, like sin 18 or sin 72. Similarly, cos 18, cos 72, and sin 54 degrees. All these values you need to learn. And similarly, cos 54 you can learn. I won't force you to, but you can learn. And aspirants, while solving questions, before solving questions, you need to memorize triplets also. For example, easy triplets like 3, 4, 5 you might be remembering, or 5, 12, 13. These all you might have learned in your childhood. But there are some complicated triplets as well. For example, 11, 60, 61. These you might have not learned, but you need to remember these triplets also, so that you will be able to solve the questions faster than others. For example, the other triplet is 39, 80, 89, and so on. So in this way, whichever, you need not remember all the triplets, but you can categorize them in important. If they have appeared in any of the previous year questions, you can memorize them. And guys, before we start solving questions, one small last identity or some simple basic concept is that pi by 2 in radians is nothing but equal to 90 degrees. So now let's solve previous year questions, that is SSC CGL 2023 Tier-1 questions. So friends, first question is nothing but the value of which of the following is different from the other options. It appeared in Tier-1 of CGL 2023. So as I already told you, you need to memorize, you have to memorize all these values. And secant 60, after memorizing, it will be very easy. Secant 60 is nothing but 2, sin 30 is nothing but 1, cos 0 is nothing but 1, tan 45 is nothing but 1. So it's a simple basic question. So the answer to this would be A, secant 60 degrees. So second question is, find the value of cosec 30 minus cos 60. This is also again an easy question if you know those values. Cosec 30 is nothing but equal to 2. 2 minus cos 60 is nothing but 1 by 2. So 2 minus 1 by 2 is nothing but 1.5, that is equal to 3 by 2. So option B is right. The next question is nothing but, what is the value of sin 30 plus cos 30 degrees plus tan 30 degrees? So this is also an easy question. Sin 30 is nothing but 1 by 2. Cos 30 is nothing but root 3 by 2. Plus tan 30 is nothing but 1 by root 3. So the LCM of this will be 2 root 3. So here you will multiply it by root 3 plus 3 plus 2 is nothing but 5 plus root 3 by 2 root 3. Again an easy question. So option D is right. So next question asked in CGL 2023 Tier 1. CGL 2023 Tier 1 is if cos theta is equal to root 3 by 2, then tan square theta into cos square theta is value of tan square theta into cos square theta. So cos theta is root 3 by 2 when theta, you might all be knowing, when theta is nothing but equal to 30 degrees. So now substitute there, tan square theta into cos square theta. Tan 30 is nothing but 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3 whole square is 1 by 3, and cos 30 is nothing but root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2 whole square is nothing but 3 by 4 into 3 by 4. So 1 by 3 into 3 by 4 is nothing but 1 by 4. So the answer to this question is 1 by 4. Option B is right. So guys, next question is, what is the value of 5 root 3 cos 60 into tan 30 minus 3 into cos 0 plus 3 into cos square 45 plus 2 into sin square 60 degrees. This is again a simple question. 5 root 3 into cos 60 is nothing but 1 by 2 into tan 30 is nothing but 1 by root 3 minus 3 cos 0 is nothing but 1. Here I am solving each and every step, but in exam you need not do it. If you can calculate using your mind without putting pen, it's better, and because it will increase the speed and you will be able to save the time to solve other tougher questions. 1 by root 2, cos 45 is nothing but 1 by root 2 whole square is nothing but 1 by 2 plus 2 sin square 45. Sin 60 is nothing but plus 2 into sin square 60, sorry. Sin 60 is nothing but root 3 by 2, its square is 3 by 4. Solving this, root 3 will get cancelled, 5 by 2 minus 3 plus 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2. 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2 will be 3, it will get cancelled with minus 3, so the answer will be 5 by 2 is nothing but 2.5. So the option B is right answer. So friends, next question is, if tan pi by 6 plus secant pi by 6 is equal to x, then find x. Before starting to solve this question, I request you to remember few values. For example, like pi is nothing but 180 degrees, pi by 2 is nothing but 90 degrees, pi by 3 is nothing but 60 degrees, pi by 6 is nothing but 30 degrees, and pi by 2, pi by 3, pi by 6, pi by 4 is nothing but 45 degrees, pi by 8 is also asked sometimes, which is equal to 22.5 degrees. So all these values you need to memorize. And coming back to the question, he asked pi by 6 tan, he has the value of tan pi by 6 plus secant pi by 6, which is nothing but tan 30 plus secant 30. Tan 30 is nothing but 1 by root 3, and secant 30 is nothing but 2 by root 3. When you add this, you will get 3 by root 3, which is nothing but equal to root 3. So answer C is right. So next question is, guys, find the value of 2 by 3 tan square 60 degrees plus 3 cos square 30 degrees minus 2 secant square 30 degrees minus 3 by 4 cot square 60 degrees. How will you solve this? Substitute the values. 2 by 3 tan 60 is nothing but root 3, so tan 60 whole square is nothing but 3 plus 3 cos sin that cos 30 is nothing but root 3 by 2, cos square 30 is nothing but 3 by 4 minus 2 into 4 by 3, secant 30 is nothing but 2 by root 3, secant square is nothing but 4 by 3 minus 3 by 4 into tan 30 is equal to cot 60 is nothing but equal to 1 by root 3 into 1 by root 3 whole square is nothing but 1 by 3. This way cancel it, so you will get, cancel this also, 2 plus 9 by 4 minus 8 by 3 minus 1 by 4. Generally in exams, what mistake we do is we find the LCM of this, we take 12 and we start calculating. But try to avoid those things, because here you can see these two you can combine. 9 by 4 minus 1 by 4 is nothing but 8 by 4 is nothing but 2. So you can combine it with 2. 2 plus 2 minus 8 by 3. So it's nothing but 4 minus 8 by 3. It's nothing but 2. Now you can take LCM. That is 12 minus 8 by whole divided by 3 is nothing but 4 by 3. It is equal to 1.33. The main point here is we need to avoid taking that common LCM. Generally students do that, and it ends up consuming a lot of our time. Instead of that, you need to find the shortcuts to make the calculation trick simpler and easy. Here I have taken these two. So next question is, guys, find the value of the given expression 4 by 3 tan square 45 plus 3 cos square 30 degrees minus 2 secant square 30 degrees minus 3 by 4 cot square 60 degrees. This is again a simple question, which is equal to 4 by 3 into tan 45 sin 1 into 1 plus 3 into sin 30 cos is 1 by 2 cos 30 is root 3 by 2 into 3 by 4 minus secant square 30 is nothing but 4 root 2 by root 3, that is nothing but whole square is nothing but 4 by 3 minus 3 by 4 into cot 60 is nothing but 1 by root 3, cot square 60 degrees is nothing but 1 by 3. 3 cancel, is nothing but 4 by 3 plus 9 by 4 minus 8 by 3 minus 1 by 4. So here you can club these two things. These two you can club and these two to simplify your calculation. So 4 by 3 minus 4 by 3 minus 8 by 3 is nothing but minus 4 by 3. 9 by 4 minus 1 by 4 is nothing but 8 by 4, which is equal to 2. So minus 4 by 3 plus 2 is nothing but 2 by 3. So the option B is right. So the next question is nothing but, guys, if A is equal to 22.5, what is the value of 10 root 2 sin 2A minus 7 root 2 cos 2A plus 9 tan 2A? Here this is a different type of question where value of A is given, but it is also easy because here we need to all the remaining angles which the angles which are given in the question is 2A, which is something but 45 degrees. So you already know the value of 45. So this question will be quite simple to you. It is nothing but 10 root 2 into sin 45 is nothing 1 by root 2. 10 root 2 into 1 by root 2 minus 7 root 2 into cos 45 value is also equal to 1 by root 2 into 1 by root 2 plus 9 tan 45 is nothing but equal to 1 into 1 is nothing but 10 minus 7 plus 9 is nothing but 12. So guys, for your ease of understanding, I am writing all these steps on paper, but in exam you can mentally also solve this to reduce the amount of time you take to solve this question. So guys, before going to solve next question, we will learn a few more concepts, like for example Cartesian plane. Cartesian plane is nothing but x, it consists of x and y axis. I am just going to brush up your concepts learned in your school. It consists of positive, this is positive x axis, this is positive y axis, this is negative x axis, this is negative y axis. So the angle whichever you calculate is taken from in the anti-clockwise direction from the positive x axis. So for example, this way here. So this theta is calculated from this positive x axis direction in the anti-clockwise, from the positive x axis in the anti-clockwise direction. So the concepts that you need to learn to attempt the questions are, and this Cartesian plane is divided into quadrants. You all might be knowing quadrant is nothing but 1 by 4th of the entire Cartesian plane. Entire Cartesian plane, this entire angle is nothing but 360 degrees. So quadrant is 1/4 of that, that is 90 degrees. So this is 0 degrees, this is 90, since it's quadrant, this is 180 degrees, this is 270 degrees. So first quadrant is nothing but when theta lies between 0 degrees to 90 degrees is nothing but its first quadrant, and second quadrant is nothing but when theta lies between 90 degrees to 180 degrees. Third quadrant is nothing but when theta lies between 180 degrees to 270 degrees. Fourth quadrant is nothing but when theta lies between 270 degrees to 360 degrees. The next important concept you need to learn is in the first quadrant. In the first quadrant, all the values of sine, cos, tan, cot, cosecant, secant, all are positive. All are positive. In the second quadrant, that is this one, only sine and cosecant value is positive. In the third quadrant, tan and cot values are positive. In the fourth quadrant, cos and secant values are positive, remaining are negative. So this way we can divide the entire Cartesian plane. And this you might have learnt a shortcut trick in your school also. It's called all silver tea cups. All silver tea cups. So focus on the starting letters. All are positive in first quadrant. Silver starts with S, so only sine and cosecant are positive. T starts with T, so only tan and cot are positive. Cups starts with C, so only cos and secant are positive. And friends, another important concept regarding angle which you need to remember is that for example you have something like 360 degrees into n plus or minus some a. It's nothing but it's equivalent. It's not equal. I won't say it's equal, but it's equivalent to nothing but plus or minus a. So for example, you have sine 360 degrees into some n. 360 to n coming 360 to that is nothing but 720, or 360 to that is nothing but 1080 degrees plus some angle. Say some theta is nothing but sine plus or minus theta. And this is applicable for all other trigonometric functions. For it's applicable for cos, it's applicable for tan, it's applicable for cot, it's applicable for secant, it's applicable for cosecant. So for all these, this trick is applicable, and you need to remember that. So superhumans, I am going to teach you another concept where generally aspirants make mistake. That is, for example, there is a function of, say, function in the sense sine, cos, or tan, cot, cosecant. I am denoting it by f. It's a function into function of some 90 degrees into, say, some odd number plus some angle a. So it's nothing but, for example, it's in this form. It will be equal to the transpose of that. So for example, what is the transpose? For example, if you see, transpose of sine is nothing but cos. Transpose of sine is nothing but cos. Transpose of cos is nothing but sine. Similarly, transpose of tan is nothing but cot. And transpose of cot is nothing but tan. And the other part is secant. Transpose of secant is nothing but cosecant. Transpose of cosecant is nothing but secant. In this way, so for example, sine, let's take the function, some random function, sine 90 degrees into some odd number, say, plus a. It will be equal to, what is the transpose of this? Transpose of this is nothing but cos. I already taught you. It's nothing but cos of a. And this cos here plus, for this cos a, the plus or minus will depend on this angles. This angle lies in which quadrant? I am repeating again. Here, once after transposing, you will get cos a. After transposing that formula, you will get cos a. But this entire value will be positive or negative, depending on whether this whole value lies in first quadrant or second quadrant or third quadrant or fourth quadrant on the Cartesian plane. You might be confused, but I will be explaining it with an example. For example, let's say sine 120 degrees. How can I write it? 90 degrees into 1 plus 30 degrees, right? 90 degrees into 1 plus 30 degrees. It's of this form, right? 90 degrees into odd plus 30 degrees. So what is the formula I taught you? transpose of this. Transpose of sine is nothing but cos. You already learned. It will be equal to cos of 30 degrees, A, cos of 30 degrees. But now here will we get positive or negative? How will we check that? We have to check this 120 degrees. This entire value 120 degrees lies in second quadrant, and in second quadrant the value of sine in second quadrant is positive. So this entire value will be positive. Here we will write plus cos 30 degrees. Let me explain with another example. For example, cos 120 degrees. Right? Cos 120 degrees, how can I split it? 90 degrees into 1 plus 30 degrees. Right? It's of this form, right? It's of 90 degrees into what? Plus A. And now, how I told you to convert, how did I teach you to convert? It's nothing but transpose of cos. Transpose of cos is nothing but sine. This will be nothing but sine of 30 degrees, right? Till here it must be clear. But here, will we get positive or negative? See here. Now 120 degrees. You have to check this angle, right? 120 degrees in respect of this. 120 degrees lies in second quadrant. In second quadrant, cos is positive or negative? It's negative. So here we will get minus sine 30. I hope this concept is clear. Superhumans, generally many people make mistakes. You try to avoid. So let me explain it with other examples as well. For example, say secant 300 degrees. How can I split it? 90 degrees into 3 is nothing but 270 plus 30 degrees, right? It's nothing but 90 degrees into odd number plus 30 degrees. So what's the formula I told you? Secant, you need to find the transpose of secant. Secant transpose is nothing but cosecant. So write it. You need to write it cosecant, and this 30 degrees will be written there. Now we need to check positive or negative sign here. Now, so we will check whether in which quadrant this angle will lie. This angle will lie. This 300 degrees lies in fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, secant is positive, right? So you will get positive. Another example, let me give you. For example, tan 300. Tan 300, how will you write? 90 degrees into 3, which is nothing but 270 plus 30. Right? So tan, what's the transpose of tan? Nothing but cot. So you will write cot here. And you will write this angle there, cot 30 degrees. Till here, I think you might not have any doubts. But now, we need to check whether here positive or negative sign will be there. So we will check this angle, 300 degrees. 300 degrees lies in which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, tan is negative. So since tan is negative, here also we will get negative. Why we are getting negative is, this entire value will obviously be negative, right? Since tan of some angle which lies in fourth quadrant will obviously be negative. So this entire value also should be negative. That's why we will put here negative sign here. So superhumans, next concept we are going to learn is, it's of the form, suppose something is of the form f into f of, something is of the form f of, that's done by a function sine cos cot 90 into some even number, 90 degrees into some e, I am dividing by e, some even number plus or minus theta. And you need to correct in the previous formula also, like it's 9, in the previous formula what we saw was 90 degrees into some odd number. I only wrote plus, correct it as plus or minus theta in the previous formula. So this is nothing but f of this plus or minus theta, and the sign of this function will depend on this entire value. So here what you are observing is that here you need not find the transpose. Right? Here you need not find the transpose. For example, I will teach you the example. Sine of say 120 degrees. Previously, how did you write 90 into 1 plus 30? That was 90 into some odd number plus 30. Here, how I am going to split it is 90 into 2, 90 degrees into 2, which is nothing but 180 degrees, minus 60 degrees. It's so 90 into 2 minus 60 is 120 degrees. It's of this form, 90 into even number plus or minus theta. So what is the formula? It's nothing but equal to sine of this thing. sine of this theta 60 degrees. For here it will not be minus, here is it, so it will be just positive, and the sine of this entire value will depend on the value of this. So in 120 sine value in second quadrant is nothing but positive, so this will be plus sine 60 degrees. Now let me give you another example. Sine 210 degrees, right? Sine 210, how will I split it? 90 into 2, 180 plus 30 degrees. 90 to 2 plus 30 degrees is nothing but equal to, it's of this form, 90 to even number plus theta, is nothing but equal to sine of, will not change, it will be the same, sine of 30 degrees. But what will be the sine? This 210 degrees lies in the third quadrant, so sine is negative in the third quadrant, so here it will be negative. So superhumans, another important thing I would request you to memorize is either memorize 36 table or multiples of 360, that is 360 ones are 360, 362s are 720, 363s are 1080, 364s are 1440, 365s are 1800, 366 are 2160, 367s are 2520, 368s are 2880, 369s are 3240, 310s are 3600. This learning these multiples will help you solving problems faster. So superhumans, the next question is find the value of tan of minus 11250. So before we start, I'll teach another small concept, that is of negative, when theta is negative. So sine of minus theta is nothing but minus sine theta. Cos of minus theta is nothing but cos theta. Tan of minus theta is equal to tan theta. Cot of minus theta is equal to cot theta. Secant of minus theta is equal to secant theta. Cosecant of minus theta is equal to minus tan of minus theta is 31 minus tan theta, cot of minus theta is minus cot theta, secant of minus theta is secant theta, cosecant of minus theta is equal to minus cosecant theta. So the concept here is minus theta is nothing but as I already taught you Cartesian plane, so consider is Cartesian plane. So what I told you is generally we calculate angle in anti-clockwise direction from this positive x-axis, right? Generally that is the general norm. Like suppose for example theta is nothing but we calculate angle from the positive direction of x-axis in the anti-clockwise direction, from the positive x-axis in the anti-clockwise direction. But what is minus theta is? Minus theta is nothing but it is lying below x-axis. This is minus theta. This is denoted by minus theta. So some angle theta below x-axis. This is nothing minus theta. So how can I write it is, this is some angle below theta, right? So this, what will be this part, this entire part, from positive anti-clockwise direction or positive direction, from anti-clockwise direction and positive x-axis will be this part, this entire part. This entire part will be 360 minus theta. This entire part other than this theta will be 360 minus theta. So how can I write sine minus theta? Sine minus theta is nothing but sine of 360 minus theta. We are calculating in this direction now. So this is nothing but 360 minus theta will be lying in fourth quadrant. So in fourth quadrant sine will be negative. That's why it will be minus theta, minus sine theta. But you can see for cos and secant, this will turn into positive because in the fourth quadrant these two values will be positive. So that's why here you will get positive values. Rest all will be negative. Sine, tan, cot, cosecant, rest all will be negative. So now let's solve this question. So superhumans, coming back to the question, tan of minus 1125. So as I already taught you, tan of negative minus value is nothing but minus tan theta. So tan of minus some theta is nothing but minus tan theta. So this can be written as minus tan 1125 degrees. So I already told you to memorize 360 tables. If at all you forget, then you divide this entire thing. But the best approach is remember 360 tables so that your speed will increase in exam. You all know competitive exams is all about speed. So 360 into 3, that is nothing but 1080, and the remainder will be 45 degrees. So how can I write it is, how can I split it is 1125 is nothing but 360 into 3, right, plus 45 degrees. This 360 into 3 will be almost equivalent to 0. This part will be 0, so you can omit it. So this will nothing but minus tan of 45, which will be nothing but minus 1. So superhumans, next question is find the exact value of cos 120 degrees. I taught you two types of formulas. We'll be doing in both the ways. So cos 120, I'll split it as 90 degrees into 1 plus 30 degrees. This is of the form 90 into odd number plus some angle theta. So what did I say? It will be the transpose of that, right? Transpose of sin is nothing but cos. Transpose of cos is nothing but sin. So sin and 30 degrees you will write as it is. But the sign here, the sign will depend on this value. 120 degrees lies in second quadrant. So second quadrant cos value is negative. So here you will get negative sign. So this is nothing but minus 1 by 2, that is minus 0.5. So option C. This is first way. We will do it in second way as well. Cos 120 degrees, how will I split it? 90 degrees into 2 minus 60 degrees, right? So this is of the form 90 into some even number minus some theta. So what will I write? I'll as it is write cos of that theta, cos 60 degrees. The sign of this will depend on the value of this part, right? 120 degrees lies in second quadrant. Cos is negative in second quadrant. So this value will be minus nothing but minus 0.5. So either ways we are getting the same answer. You have to get, obviously. This is the second way. So answer is minus 0.5. So superhumans, next question is what is the value of sine minus 405 degrees? So there is nothing but sine of negative value is nothing but minus sine of 405. 405 degrees is nothing but you can write it as 360 plus 45 degrees. So this is nothing but minus sine 45, because 360 will be 360 plus something will be equal to sine 360 plus something. This is nothing but sine theta. It will be minus sine 45 degrees. It will be equal to minus 1 by root 2. So option B is right. So next 13th question is nothing but sine 600 degrees into cos 750 degrees plus sine 150 degrees into cos 240 degrees is equal to question mark. So here how will we solve this is, this is nothing but sine, it is, you can write sine 600 is nothing but sine 360 plus 240, it's 240 degrees more than 360. So you can write it as sine 240. Sine 240, how will I split it? 90 into 2, 90 degrees into 2, 180, 60 degrees plus 60. This is nothing but 90 into even form plus 60 degrees. So I will write it as minus sine 60 degrees, since 240 degrees lies in third quadrant. And now cos 720. Cos 720, how will I write it? 360 into 2, that is 7. Cos 750, how will I write it? 360 into 2, 720 plus 30. 360 into 2, 720 plus 30, right? 360 into cos 720 is cos 720 is 0. So this 360 into 2 part will be 0 plus some 30. So this I will write it as cos 30. Cos 30 is nothing but this is nothing but minus root 3 by 2. Cos 30 is nothing but root 3 by 2 into root 3 by 2. Now plus Sin 150. Sin 150, how will I write it? Sin 150 is nothing but 90 into 2 minus 30, which is nothing but sin 30, right? 90 into 2 minus 30, 150 degrees lies in second quadrant, so sin will be positive into sin 30, cos 240. Cos 240 is what? (90 into 2 plus 60 degrees). This will also be of form cos 60, and 240 it lies in third quadrant, so cos will be negative, so minus cos 60. So this is nothing but 1 by 2 into minus 1 by 2. So this is nothing but minus 3 by 4 minus 1 by 4, which is equal to minus 1. So answer A is right. The superhumans, next question is cosecant 2910 degrees plus secant 4260 degrees plus tan 2565 degrees plus cot 1755 degrees is asked. So how will you solve this? So I already told you to memorize 360 degree table. So I know that this is nothing but cosecant 2880 plus 30 degrees. 360, this is part of 360 table 2880. So I can write it as cosecant 30. So what is cosecant 30? This is nothing but 2 plus secant 4260. This is not part of the 360 degree table I taught you. So what will you do? You will divide it separately. 4260. So let's divide it by 360 degrees. Now 360 ones are 360. 660 is the remainder. Now if I multiply it with 1, again you will be getting 300 as remainder. Instead of that, let's multiply it with 2. Into 2 you will be getting 720. The remainder will be minus 60. So this is nothing but secant of minus 60 degrees, because 360 into something it will get eliminated, right? 360 into 12 it will get eliminated, minus 60 degrees will be left. So secant of any negative, secant of minus theta is nothing but secant theta. This is nothing but plus secant 60 degrees. So this is nothing but again 2 plus 2. Now this tan of 2565. Tan of 2565. This I can write it as, this I can write it as again 2520 is multiple of 360. So it's nothing but 2520 plus 45. This angle is nothing but 2520 plus 45 degrees. So this will anyway become 0. So it will be what will be remaining? Tan 45 will be remaining plus nothing but tan 45. So tan 45 is nothing but 1. So plus 1. And what about cot 1755? This I can write it as 1800 minus 45 degrees. 1800 minus 45. This 1800 will be equivalent to 0. So minus 45. So we will get cot of minus 45 plus cot of minus 45 degrees. Cot of minus theta is nothing but minus cos theta. Sorry, cot of minus theta is nothing but minus cot theta. This will be minus 1. Minus 1. So this will get cancelled. So remainder is 4. So option C is right.